he says there at the end he doesn't know whether he has a part in the future of the royal family. I think it's quite a strong feeling today that he's done himself a mischief, that he's kind of burned his boats with the book, that this has gone that extra mile. What's your feeling?
Well, I think it's far more than mischief. I think it's a huge amount of damage that he has caused the royal family. It's not a constitutional crisis. Prince Harry is now a peripheral figure within the royal family. He stood down as a working member, but he retains the title of the Duke of Sussex. And it's interesting that comment he makes to Tom Bradby, and I'm going to be very interested to watch this interview tonight because Tom is a brilliant interviewer. He's a brilliant journalist. I think there's a lot of frustration that they haven't really been asked challenging questions in the Oprah interview. There weren't enough probing questions, I think, in a lot of people's opinions.
I would say none at all.
Well,
you think Tom's going to do something?
I hope so. I hope so. And it's interesting to see him ask Harry if he believes in the institution of monarchy, and Harry is very quick to respond to say yes, and yet he doesn't seem able to see the damage that he is causing the institution. So it's not a constitutional crisis, but it is very damaging to the monarchy on the international stage.
I understand this interview may have been done some time ago. I just have this image of Prince Harry now with his head over his hands, because the response in Britain, it seems to me, is from his point of view pretty disastrous. And
well, if he's reading the papers, Michael, and if he's keeping track, which I'm sure he is.
I think he must be.
I'm sure he must be.
But tell me, I know you're UK based, but
I write for Vanity Fair, so I'm very in touch with the US audience too.
Do you think there's been a sea change in the way the Americans are perceiving it?
Absolutely.
And which Americans?
I think the younger generation of Americans are still quite behind Harry and Meghan. They loved the Netflix series. They feel that it's absolutely right that Harry and Meghan have their chance to tell their truth. I'm sure they will be poring over this autobiography. I think the older generation, I think the more traditional royalists who still love Prince Harry are concerned for his well-being. I've heard a lot of people say he must be unwell. What is going on here? We're worried about him. And then there are also a lot of older Americans who are saying what he's doing is absolutely wrong. We loved the Queen. We want to see King Charles celebrated at his coronation, and what he's doing to the royal family is wrong. So I think there is a mixed reception over in the US, and there is definitely a different reception amongst the age groups, but I think the tide is turning. And when you think back to Megxit, their return, well, in Meghan's case, her return to America, and for Harry, his welcome to America was really celebrated. America was hugely excited about this young, dynamic, glorious royal couple. I'm very proud that they were in California. But there is also a sense of what are they going to do next? Where are they going to go next? How long can they continue to sling mud at the royal family? Are we going to see them do anything?
What I see is a man destroying his own dignity. I mean, to talk about your private parts, to talk in, I think, a politically pretty incorrect way about how he lost his virginity, to talk about how many people he claims to have killed in Afghanistan. It took me back to when I was Defence Secretary. There was an unfortunate incident where a very senior officer betrayed some secrets in a book, and I had to tell him that he would no longer be welcome at the Special Forces Club. He was completely crushed. I mean, I can imagine Harry not being welcome on military premises, which is crushing.
He will be crushed by that. I mean, the military was very much his second family. I think when you look back at his military career, and of course he served two tours of Afghanistan, for my Harry book, my biography on Harry, I spoke to many people who had served with him in theatre in Afghanistan, and every person I spoke to said he was a brilliant soldier, that they loved Harry, that Harry put his life on the line for his people, his Queen and his country. And now that he has created such a backlash with that, frankly, unnecessary comment, one line could have been so easily taken out.
There are so many people out there who I suppose masquerade as his friends who are causing him this damage. You can imagine the publishers and the agents and so on.
And the ghostwriter who's taken a $5 million advance for all of this.
What's up, everyone? This is Mike, and welcome to the channel. To all my loyal subscribers, thanks for tuning in once again. Your support means the world to me. And if you're new here, welcome to the family. This is the place where we dive into exciting topics and their wonderful journey. Get ready for content that's not only entertaining but also packed with value. Hit that subscribe button and let's embark on this journey together. Katie Nicholl, a royal expert and commentator, has expressed criticism of Prince Harry, particularly alleging that his actions and revelations may have harmed the monarchy. Meanwhile, others view Harry's sharing of his personal experiences as an act of courage and transparency aimed at shedding light on the challenges he faced within the royal family. Whether Nicholl's claims are unfair and biased, we, supporters of Harry, argue that his willingness to speak openly about his struggles, mental health, and the inner workings of the royal institution reflects bravery and a desire to create positive change. Critics like Nicholl might see his actions as potentially damaging to the monarchy's reputation and stability. Ultimately, this debate reflects broader tensions about tradition, accountability, and the evolving role of the royal family in modern society. Prince Harry's book, Spare, surprised a lot of people. It wasn't just another royal biography, it was a raw, unfiltered look into the life of a prince who has often been misunderstood. The book delves into his childhood, his struggles with mental health, and his journey to find his own path away from the royal spotlight. It was unusual for a royal to talk so openly about his life. Royals are typically known for their reserved nature and the mystique that surrounds their lives. Harry broke that tradition, offering a candid glimpse into the highs and lows of being born into royalty. This wasn't Harry trying to hurt the royal family. Instead, it was an attempt to share his truth, to provide context to the decisions he has made, and to explain the pressures and expectations that come with being a royal. He wanted to set the record straight, not just for the public but for himself. Instead, it was something very personal. Harry's narrative is filled with moments of introspection and vulnerability. He talks about his mother, Princess Diana, and the profound impact her death had on him. He also discusses his relationship with his father and brother, shedding light on the complexities of familial bonds within the royal family. Harry wanted to tell his own story in his own words. He felt that the media had often misrepresented him, painting a picture that was far from the truth. By writing Spare, he aimed to reclaim his narrative and offer a more accurate portrayal of his life and experiences. He gave us a look into what his life was really like. From his time in the military to his struggles with mental health, Harry's book is a testament to his resilience and determination. He doesn't shy away from discussing the challenges he faced, including his battles with the press and the scrutiny that comes with being a public figure. His story reminds us of things we all go through, like family problems, misunderstandings, and the quest for personal identity. Despite his royal status, Harry's experiences are relatable to many. He talks about the importance of mental health, the need for support, and the courage it takes to speak up and seek help, figuring out who we are and speaking up. Harry's journey is one of self-discovery and empowerment. He encourages others to find their voice and to be true to themselves, no matter the obstacles they may face. His story is a powerful reminder that we all have the strength to overcome our challenges and to create our own path in life. It's brave of Harry to share his feelings. In a world where vulnerability is often seen as a weakness, Harry's openness is a testament to his strength. He shows that it's okay to be vulnerable, to admit when you're struggling, and to seek help when you need it. His honesty is a breath of fresh air in a world that often values stoicism over authenticity. He lets us into his world. Through his book, we get to see the man behind the title, the human being who has faced his own set of challenges and triumphs. Harry's story is a reminder that no matter who you are, everyone has their own battles to fight and their own story to tell. We see the good things, but also the hard things. Harry doesn't shy away from discussing the difficulties he has faced, from the loss of his mother to the pressures of royal life. He talks about the impact these experiences have had on him and how they have shaped the person he is today. We see what people expected of him and the things he wasn't allowed to do. The book sheds light on the constraints and expectations that come with being a royal, and how Harry has navigated these challenges. He talks about the importance of finding his own path and staying true to himself, even when it meant going against the grain. By telling his story, Harry changes how we see royalty. He breaks down the barriers between the public and the royal family, offering a more human and relatable perspective. His story challenges the traditional notions of what it means to be a royal, and encourages us to see them as individuals with their own struggles and triumphs. He reminds us that even princes and princesses have feelings and problems just like everyone else. Harry's story is a powerful reminder that no matter our status or background, we all face challenges and have our own stories to tell. His openness and honesty inspire us to be true to ourselves and to find the courage to share our own truths. Harry's book talks about how complicated his life was growing up royal. From a young age, he was thrust into the spotlight, a place where every move was scrutinized and every mistake magnified. The pressures of living up to the royal expectations were immense, and Harry often found himself struggling to find his own identity amidst the grandeur and tradition. He talks about tough things. The emotional toll of losing his mother, Princess Diana, at such a young age, left a lasting impact on him. The grief and the public's reaction to her death were overwhelming, and Harry had to navigate his sorrow while being in the public eye. He talks about his family and losing his mom, Princess Diana. Her tragic death was a pivotal moment in his life, shaping his views on the media and his role within the royal family. Harry's memories of his mother are filled with love and admiration, but also with the pain of her absence. He talks about how hard it was to grow up always being watched. The constant media attention was suffocating, and Harry often felt like he was living in a fishbowl. Every aspect of his life was under scrutiny, from his personal relationships to his professional endeavors. These stories show us a side of royal life we don't usually see. Behind the pomp and circumstance, there are real people with real struggles. Harry's candid revelations provide a glimpse into the human side of the monarchy, a side that is often hidden from the public. He shows us that the royal family are regular people too. They have their own challenges, fears, and dreams. Harry's stories remind us that, despite their titles and privileges, they are not immune to the trials and tribulations of life. He shows us that being royal comes with a price. The expectations and responsibilities can be overwhelming, and the scrutiny can be relentless. Harry's experiences highlight the sacrifices that come with the crown and the personal cost of living a life in the public eye. By letting us see behind the scenes, Harry helps us understand him better. His openness and honesty allow us to see the man behind the title, a man who has faced immense challenges and has grown stronger because of them. He helps us see the royal family as people, not just fancy titles. Through his stories, we gain a deeper appreciation for the complexities of their lives and the strength it takes to navigate them. One of the most important parts of Harry's book is how open he is about mental health. He talks honestly about feeling sad, worried, and having panic attacks. This is a big deal. People don't talk much about mental health, especially in places like the royal family. By talking about his problems, Harry helps us see that it's okay to not be okay. He shows that anyone can have mental health problems, even a prince. He shows us that it's okay to ask for help. This is really important because lots of people don't understand mental health. Section 4. Connecting with the people. Harry being so open could change how we see the royal family. For a long time, the royal family has seemed far away from regular people. This feels old-fashioned now. People want to see the real person behind the title. Harry being so honest helps us connect with the royal family. It helps us see them as real people, not just people in fancy clothes. This connection is important for the royal family to stay relevant. It helps people trust and understand them. Section 5. Different points of view. Some people, like royal expert Nicholl, don't like Harry's book. She thinks it hurts the royal family and makes them look bad. But she's missing the point. Harry's book isn't about complaining or getting even. It's about telling his story and being honest. It's about talking about important things that people don't usually talk about. Section 6. A more modern royal family. Harry's choices could help the royal family connect with younger people. By being more open and honest, they can keep up with the times. This doesn't mean getting rid of traditions. It means changing with the times. It means understanding that being real and honest is good, not bad. It means talking to people in a way that makes sense today. Section 7. Making a change. Prince Harry has always been a figure of public interest, but his recent endeavors have taken his influence to a new level. His book, Spare, is not just a memoir, it's a call to action, a catalyst for change in how we perceive and discuss mental health, family dynamics, and the pressures of living in the public eye. Prince Harry's book is making a difference. Spare has resonated with readers around the world, offering a raw and unfiltered look into his life. It's not just a story about royalty, it's a story about humanity, vulnerability, and the courage to speak out. It makes us think about how we see important people and groups. The book challenges us to reconsider our preconceived notions about public figures, encouraging a more empathetic and nuanced understanding of their lives. It helps us be more open about our own problems. By sharing his struggles, Prince Harry has created a safe space for others to do the same, fostering a culture of openness and support. It reminds us that even powerful people are just people with their own stories. His candidness about his personal experiences serves as a powerful reminder that no one is immune to life's challenges, regardless of their status or background. Harry being so brave and honest helps us understand each other better. His willingness to be vulnerable has opened up important conversations about mental health, breaking down stigmas and encouraging others to seek help and support. It helps us talk about mental health, family problems, and the complexities of human relationships. These are issues that affect everyone, and Harry's story brings them to the forefront, making them impossible to ignore, and how hard it can be to live in the public eye. The constant scrutiny and pressure faced by public figures can take a significant toll on their mental health, and Harry's experiences shed light on these often overlooked challenges. Harry's story reminds us that being real and honest is a powerful way to connect with people and make the world a better